Hey, Mitzpe Yericho community. In this week's Parsha, in the third Aliyah, Bnei Israel enters the Yam Suf, and the miraculous Kriyas Yam Suf happens. And if we pay attention to the Psukim, we notice something a little bit odd. In Perek Yud Dalet, Pasuk Kaf Bet, it says, Vayavohu Bnei Israel betoch hayam b'yabasha, and Bnei Israel came into the Yam on the dry land. They came to the water on the dry land. V'amayim lehem choma miminam mismalam, and the water was for them a wall from the right and to the left. And just 7 psukim later, in Pasuk Kaf Tet, we read of almost an exact copy. U'bnei Israel halchu b'yabasha b'toch hayam, and Bnei Israel walked on dry land in the water. V'amayim lehem choma miminam mismalam, and the water was to them a wall on the right and to the left. So I'm going to ask four quick questions. First question is, why do we repeat that? It seems to say the exact same thing 2 times. Second question is, in the first pasuk, it says that they walked b'toch hayam b'yabasha. First the yam is listed, then the yabasha. Whereas in pasuk Kaf Tet, it says b'yabasha b'yam, b'toch hayam. They went in the land and then the water. So why is the order reversed? Third question, in the first pasuk, it talks about vayavohu b'nei Israel, that they came. In the second pasuk, Kaf Tet, it says u'bnei Israel halchu. Why is the verb different from vayavohu to vayelech, halchu? And the fourth question is, in the first pasuk, v'amayim lehem choma, the word choma, a wall, is written malay, chet vav mem he, with the vav. Whereas in the second pasuk, choma is written without a vav, just chet mem he with the cholam out above the chet, without the vav. So why are there 4 differences? Why are there 3 differences, and why are the pasukim written twice? Based on the fact that there are differences, we can probably understand that there's an idea here between the 2 psukim. So the Kli Yakar is the one who answers all these questions. His commentary can be found on Perek Yud Dalet Pasuk Kaf Bet. And he says that essentially there were 2 groups of Jews here at the Yam Suf. And each pasuk is referring to one of those groups. The first pasuk is the Jews who had high emunah, because we're full of emunah and belief in Hashem. Vayavohu b'nei Israel, they went forth without any hesitations. B'toch hayam b'yabasha, even when it was still a yam. And then it became a yabasha. Even when it wasn't clear what was going on, it wasn't clear that what was going to happen, they came forward on their own volition, and they went into the yam that was in the yabasha. They first went into the water, and then it split for them. They didn't care that it was uncertain at the beginning. They walked in, they trusted in Hashem. Whereas the other group of Jews, U'bnei Yisrael halchu, they walked in, but only after it was bayabasha b'toch hayam, only after it was land that was in the yam. So they waited to see what was going to happen. They were still on the fence a little bit with their emunah. In the first pasuk, it talks about the word chema with a full vav. In the second pasuk, it talks about chema without the vav. The Yalkut Shimoni says that choma without a vav can also be read as chema, which is anger, and that the second group of people, there was some anger involved. The Kli Yakar explains the Midrash. He says, the second group of people, they did not have such emunah. They were the ones who were just not sure what was happening, not sure to believe in Hashem. So Hashem had a little bit of anger geared towards them. And that's why in the second pasuk, referring to these people, it has a choma without the vav. So we talked about vayavohu, vayelchu, whether or not they went on their own volition or whether they followed. We talked about whether or not the yam and the yabasha came first, how much emunah they had to jump in or to wait till others came first. And we talked about the choma versus the choma without the vav. And that this talked about 2 different groups of Jews at the Yam Suf. So hopefully our bracha to each other and to ourselves is that we're part of that first group all the time, that our emunah with Hashem is always present and is always strong, no matter what lays ahead, no matter what circumstance we find ourselves in, that we're could be not sure that Hashem is running everything, but we believe that Hashem is, and we'll be jumping into the Yam B'Yabasha, and the Mayim will be for us a Choma. Hashem will protect us and keep us safe. Kol Tuv.